Coming up on the Entertainment Zone, Cirque du Soleil's latest project, OVO, a colorful intrusion into a colony of insects and non-stop energy and movement. The show features over 54 performing artists from over 16 different countries. We will also hear from Swedish sensation Benjamin Ingrosso, who is currently touring in the U.S. on his Pink Velvet Theater Tour. You know the game, but what happens when the classic Hasbro board game, Clue, comes to life? I'm Front Row Phyllis, and this is the Entertainment Zone. Every Cirque show is so different, and we had a chance to sit down with some of the creative minds behind bringing OVO to life. Jenny, welcome with Cirque du Soleil. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for coming. Thank you. My pleasure to have you.
This is amazing. Another amazing, unique, incredible show. So let's talk about each Cirque show is unique in its own element. But OVO, let's talk about OVO.
Yeah. And you've seen a few.
Yeah.
So if you've seen Cirque du Soleil before, you know that we're really about the high-level acrobats. And we have the beautiful, massive production behind me, the stage, the set design, the costumes that are made for each artist and handmade and tailor-fit. And, we've got the live original music. So on this show, we have a 7-piece band. So we've got all these elements. But OVO, what's different about us is we're themed around insects. It's about bugs.
It's all about the bug.
It's all about the bugs. But the friendly, imaginative, beautiful bugs of Cirque du Soleil. So we have 53 artists. You see some on stage right now training. And they're all crickets. Like right now we have a red spider. We've got a ladybug. We've got scarabs. We've got spiders, butterflies flying above the stage. And we really kind of mixed the insect abilities with the acrobatic characteristics. So the butterflies, they're aerial straps artists. The crickets you see behind me, they're trampolinists, they're tumblers, they jump around just like in normal nature. So it's a really fun theme to explore the world and the Brazilian flair in this show, OVO.
And speaking of the Brazilian flair, that's part of the music, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, it goes back 15 years ago. 2009 is when OVO was created. And Deborah Cocker, who is the show director, she's a choreographer, very famous in Brazil, loves insects. And
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely. And you think Brazil, like you think the warmth, the beautiful colors. And the show director, and the music composer was also from Brazil.
Right.
We recently worked with them again. So we definitely have that kind of overview of Brazilian inspiration in the music, in the notes, in the live singing, and in the flowers that you see, the insects, and the movement, because the choreographer really infused that. Each insect has their movement, their way of moving, their bug language that's like...
They have a bug language.
They have a bug language, so it's very accessible. For kids,
Right.
for families, for if you don't speak English, it's a very accessible show because it really is all about the insects and what you imagine it to be.
But there's also a love story.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect timing for the Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Perfect
So
timing.
we follow the blue fly. His name is the Voyager. He's backpacking with an egg on his back, and ovo means egg in Portuguese, so lots of eggs. He's backpacking and he encounters this new colony of insects. And that's basically the show, the story. It's how they're curious and they're interacting. And there's a love story with the beautiful ladybug. And then you'll have to come see the show to see how it ends.
Absolutely. Now, how long does a, creation of this magnitude, I mean, this is a major production. How long does it take to put all this together?
From the, original idea, it's a few years because you have the idea, okay, what can we do with insects? And then there's a whole research moment and they'll look at the set design, they'll do the casting. So there's a few years. The creation part is usually a good 4 to 6 months with everybody in the same place, in the same arena and working on it. This show's been on the road for 15 years. So we actually were fortunate to just go through a restaging.
Right.
We just changed the physical stage, but we took that opportunity. We added new set design, we added new acts, we have brand new sound system, video projections. New acts mean new costumes, new music.
The costumes
Yes.
are Let's talk about that.
I think it's definitely something that we're very proud of, and something that sets us apart at Cirque du Soleil, because we have in Montreal, Canada, one of the largest costume shops of its kind in the world. We actually start with white fabric. We have chemists that will find the dye and dye the fabric. We create fabric, we create texture, we create the costume, there's costume designers, and then everything's made by hand. Yeah. And when an artist comes in, they have a 3D scan, they have over 100 measurements just to make sure that the costume is fitting perfectly, because
for them,
for that person, not only that artist and that group, that insect, but that person. And we want the costumes to be beautiful, and they're on this show, they're vibrant, they're colorful, you really have that beautiful costume, but they're also functional. So if you're flying in the air, you need to have some parts in your body that are free so you can attach to someone else. And if you're a clown, you can have big shoes, you can have more weight. Everything is thought out, and it's just one of the moments. And on this show, immediately you see, oh, that's an insect. You have that merge of the acrobatic abilities, the beautiful costume, the character, the imagination, but also the insect side of it.
Danny, it is a pleasure to meet you right here on the ground instead of up there where you just were, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, Danny, tell everybody, you're a bug, obviously, and which bug are we?
I am the red spider in the Cirque du Soleil show called Ovo.
And tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yes.
What does that spider do?
Yes, so the red spider is a roaming character. So I interact with a lot of the other insects in the show, but I also do a whole act on this rock wall that we see. So I do an acrobatic dance act up on the rocks.
And have you done rock wall climbing and all that kind of stuff before, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm primarily a dancer, but I also am a circus generalist, and I like to climb in my spare time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of spare time with this show. I mean, they keep you guys so busy.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. And we talked a little off camera, is that you've been wanting to be a part of this for how long again?
9 years. Even beyond that, actually. So I wanted it ever since I was a young girl, and I started auditioning 9 years ago, made it into their system 9 years ago, and continued to audition, and in the right timing it happened, and here we are.
And how do you keep, mentally, how do you keep yourself, psyched up that, I really hope that they're going to call, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think always keeping your mind's eye on the goal, but being open to whatever timing is meant for you. So, my journey wasn't what I predicted it to be, but it was just as beautiful, if not more so, than I could have guessed.
And so now you're a part of it. You're a part of an incredible production, Ovo. Is it everything you thought it was going to be, or probably even more so, right?
Definitely even more so. The company is amazing. The cast is amazing. I'm really grateful to be here.
And there are 53 artists, performing artists, and 17 countries? Something?
I want to say it might be 20, 25.
Okay,
yeah.
that's what, oh my gosh. So is there a language barrier sometimes?
I feel like we all genuinely want to understand each other. Okay. So with the different languages, it's never really been an issue because we all really try to communicate as well as we can with each other.
As a young child, was this something you always wanted to do? I mean, you were a dancer. Mm-hmm. Now, what type of dancing did you?
Kind of did everything.
Okay.
I grew up in a dance studio called Long School of Dance in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yes, and we did every style there for the most part. And I remember they used to play Cirque du Soleil on tape during our lunch breaks, and that was my first exposure to live performing as a career. And I was like, I want to be a lizard in the circus, is what I always used to say. Yeah, here we are. I'm a red spider. It's not quite a lizard, but same.
Ever a fear of heights?
I've always been a little bit of a daredevil, but I do actually think that nerves are good because they keep you safe, they keep you on it, because you have to be at 100 every single time you're...
Every time?
Yeah.
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 And has your family come to see the show?
A lot, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And the first time they saw it, what'd they think? Oh, your mom must have been
Yeah, they're getting used to watching me do things, but my dad gets pretty stressed.
He does?
Yeah. Yeah, but it was really, really cool for them to see it come to fruition because they've watched the journey from the beginning, of course, and have been the most supportive people I could have ever asked for as parents. So it was a really cool moment when they got to see it come to life.
Benjamin Ingrosso continues to captivate audiences worldwide with his distinctive talent. as a singer, songwriter, performer, and creative visionary. Okay, can we talk about the billion streams? So you hear that number?
Yeah.
That sound like?
I mean, it sounds nice, but it's still not like I still aiming for that one song that has 1 billion streams. Now it's, tons of songs combined, so I'm
Okay.
humble in that type of way.
Yeah.
But I mean, I will keep on releasing songs until the day that I, can break my own records, kind of. So I'm just
Yeah.
very glad that, of course, it's a huge number,
Yeah.
definitely.
It's a huge number that a lot of artists honestly don't make. I mean, even with the combination, and you're so young, I was looking at, looking you up and looking at your
Yeah.
bio, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're 27 years old. You have
Yeah.
so much. You have
I've been
so
doing
much
this for
ahead.
a long time. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And tonight, House of Blues in the States. Are you happy to be here in the States? Are you
I'm
excited?
very happy. I'm very happy. I'm very excited. I've never had a show here, so this is my first show in the States, which is pretty insane because I've been touring a lot like last 3 years. So it's like a new chapter, and it's great
Yeah.
new year like this.
Do you think that the fans will be different here than over in Europe?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think there will probably be some fans that I like never seen, like not even like on social media, like because there's so many people that follows you and you meet them and you're like, what? Are you a fan? Like, yeah, I've listened to your songs for years and stuff like that. And I just got because you have Instagram and social media
Right.
today, you get DMs from people all around the world, and I just got a message from one guy who says he's flying from Dallas tonight to watch my show, which is it's just
Crazy.
pretty amazing.
So you're here on your Pink Velvet Theater tour,
Yeah,
in conjunction with your latest album, same name. So how did
exactly.
you pick the name?
So that was like a kind of a mood board name, figuring out the sound for the album 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
And it's not meant to be named Pink Velvet Theater. It was just like a startup name to just try to find a world where I could
Okay.
free writing and producing the music. So
Right.
helping me to find like a sound that fit into a world of Pink Velvet Theater, whatever that was. And
Okay.
it helped me to like evolve and just write music that I hadn't been writing before, and put me in like a position where I could be more how do you say, like experimental.
And how is this album different
So
than the
So
one
the,
you've
this
done?
album is basically a concept album.
Hmm.
It's a hallucination kind of. It takes you on a journey where you don't really know if it's real or not, and it's the feeling you get when you're like that like insanely in love with someone, and it
Okay.
hurts, and it kind of like you just can't fucking get the feeling out of your system,
Right. Out of your head.
out of your head. And then in my version of the album, it kind of ends in a pretty like sad way, but it's up to you to decide what kind of like ending the whole album has. But it's also I grew up in like watching a lot of musicals, and my
Hmm.
I come from a musical family, so I grew up on stage
Right.
basically, and so this album was my go like my dream of making like a musical album kind of, and it's like the 9-year-old Benjamin just got his album made finally, kind of.
I know. Well, that's so interesting that you say that because I was actually just going to ask you that because you were in several musicals
Yeah,
growing up,
yeah,
and then you changed direction
yeah,
into being, a singer-songwriter,
yeah.
solo artist. Um, do you ever miss musicals?
Not really, because I watched them as a fan. I think I watched Wicked like 4 times.
Yeah.
And the fact that I can actually write music today that takes inspiration from that. And the last track on the album is basically a musical score where I don't even like have my own vocal. It's just like a choir. It's me singing though, but
Yeah.
it sounds more like the ending of a 50s Broadway musical kind of.
Wow, that's amazing. And speaking of your family, you touched on that a little bit. Your family's been in the entertainment business
Yeah,
forever, right? Now, was there
forever.
ever a time that you thought to yourself that you're going to be doing something else?
No, I don't think so. Like there was a time when I was younger that I thought that I wasn't going to be an artist, and
Mhm.
but then I still wanted to just be a songwriter, and I wanted to become the biggest songwriter. So it
Right.
well, in the music business and stuff. But then when I turned like 17, I just couldn't help myself. I was like, I think I just have to do this because I couldn't stop, you know, not wanting to be on stage.
Clue is the ultimate whodunit that will leave you dying of laughter and keep you guessing until the final twist. And we are thrilled to welcome some of the cast, Joanna Glushak as Mrs. Peacock and David Hess as Colonel Mustard. Welcome, both of you, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank
Pleasure
you
to
for-
be here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
So most people are familiar with the game or the film. What is the setup for the play? Is it similar?
There's a similarity. The template, the film was a template for this script, and pretty much, although it's not exactly like the film at all, especially at the end. Back in the 80s when the film came out, I think when it came to the different theaters, they had 3 different endings, and you had to purchase a different ticket for which ending you wanted to see. And so Sandy Rustin, who put this together, she kind of did a homage to that as well as several other things. So we include several endings that you see every night. So it's without giving anything else away. But it includes the board game but kind of based on the film.
Yeah.
So when you guys were younger, did you play the game?
Oh yes.
No,
No.
I did not play the game. I did not know the game. I never saw the movie. I had to watch the movie when I got the audition.
Right.
Yeah, and that was my introduction.
Oh my gosh. Now, when you played the game, who'd you play? Do you remember?
I think I was probably Colonel Mustard.
You.
I created that. I probably intended for this moment.
He
I
manifested.
manifested it. Yes, I think I probably was.
So, what is the energy like on stage with the laughter from the audience? Do you guys feed off of that?
Oh, always.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
When it's not a lot of that laughter, A, we get out earlier. Okay. And B.
Do you really?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it can cut like 3 minutes off the show because the show is very fast.
Right.
So if there's laughter, we have to wait, and sometimes the laughter goes on, and we're waiting. So that's the seconds add up to
Right.
like 3 minutes
Right.
longer. So
Every show is a little different. The timing's a little different. The audiences are sometimes incredibly responsive and sometimes not as much. Sometimes it's because the weather's too cold outside. But it's a fun show to do, and we're just flying around. The pace of the show goes sometimes conversational, and then when things happen and people get in trouble, then it just escalates, the tempo of the show. So it's a constant ebb and flow as far as the pace of the show, but the audience is always right there. So.
Speaking of that, it's a one-act, 90-minute show. What are some of the challenges to that?
Well, you have to, how do I say this appropriately? You can't eat or drink much before the show.
Exactly.
Because nobody gets
Yeah.
a chance
Right.
to go to the restroom.
Right.
So
Right.
that's one challenge.
That's one challenge. That's like doing the red carpet. Just so
Right.
you know.
exactly.
Right.
Yes,
That's it.
exactly.
That's pretty
Same
much
sort of
it.
thing.
You don't eat. Your last meal is at 2:00
Or the day before.
or the day before.
But also the pace is just constantly going, and so you just have to really stay alert all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if you don't, the show goes on without you, so to speak.
So both of you have musical theater backgrounds. What's it like to approach a comedy versus a, musical? Different?
For a farce that is fast paced, I think you need to be a musical theater person.
Okay.
Also because it's very, very detailed in its choreography and spacing. And we're used to that as musical theater people. Also, I scream a lot in the show, and anyone who does not know how to use their voice would have lost their voice by now.
I was just going to
So
say, wow.
I have to vocalize every day. Yeah, so I think really most of the people in the show are musical theater people.
And it's interesting too, some people say, oh, it's not a musical, I don't have to warm up. But most of the people in our cast, you'll hear them at different times, before the show doing a little vocalizing it takes, as you just said, it being a farce and the characters that we are, requires a lot of vocal, I don't know, just range and ability to do a variety of things with your voice, so you can't just wander out on stage and do a show.
So I know this answer. You're not going to be able to tell me. So who do you think did it?
Well, there's more than one answer to that.
Okay.
I think he did it.
No, it's always Colonel
I
Mustard.
don't even think he knew he did it because he's a little bit, you know,
Not there.
he's not there completely.
Wait a minute, who's taking several drinks of liquor during the show? Not my character.
Oh, then we're on the same page.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
There's, everybody gets a shot, so to speak, at being the.
We don't know who did it.
We don't know.
And we are not telling. You
No.
have to see the show.
Thank you for spending part of your day with us, and we'll see you right back here next week. I'm Front Row Phyllis, and this is the Entertainment Zone.